did some unspeakable things to a girl and he like murdered her. So what's up guys? My name is Asen and in the next 30 days I'm going to be telling you 30 horror stories about 30 different places in my new series called Spread the Negativity. So guys, today we're going to be talking about Vasai Fort. This is Mumbai's one of this is one of this is this so Vasai Fort is Mumbai's is is one of the most haunted places in Mumbai. One of the most haunted forts in Mumbai. I don't even think one of the most. It is literally the most haunted fort in Mumbai. There is no other fort more haunted than Vasai Fort. So we're starting off with the big leagues. The first horror story about Vasai Fort. So there is a woman who is normally in a white dress over there. She roams in Vasai Fort at night. Okay. So how people actually know about this woman is because one day, first of all, there were many locals who have seen this woman, and second of all, there was a very famous story of a photographer. He wasn't exactly a photographer. He was just like a ghost hunter. He had a professional camera, and he and his friend used to go to places, haunted places, and film. So, these guys, they had an argument because they were supposed to go to Vasai Fort at night to film, but one of the friends changed their mind. He didn't want to go because he got many warnings from people that that place is not good and you should not go at night. But the other friend, he didn't listen. He just wanted to go. So he went there at night. He took the camera. He got on his bike. He went there at night. And at first, everything was normal. First of all, there was nobody there. And at I think around 2 o'clock, he said he had enough. So he decided to, get up and leave. And as he was leaving, he heard a woman crying. Imagine hearing a woman crying at that hour in the night. That's crazy. So he followed the sound in the direction, and eventually he kept getting closer to the sound. And then he found a woman sitting on, I don't know, she was sitting on a parapet. And he went and he asked her, why are you crying? She said that I am waiting for my husband to come and pick me up. My husband is supposed to come and pick me up. He hasn't come yet. So she was sitting there and crying. So he sat beside her. He had a whole conversation with her that, they were talking about, the why she's there at night. And he was also explaining why he's there at night. And then eventually he got up and he convinced her to come with him and that he will drop her home. So he got up, he took her out of there. They walked. As he was reaching his bike, he sat on his bike, and when he went to turn around to tell her to get on, she had disappeared. She wasn't there. Just imagine how scared he must have got at that time. That he had a whole conversation with that woman, and then she just disappeared. She was there and then she was just gone. And at that time only, he heard another bike coming in that direction. And when that bike came, it was actually his friend. And, he was so relieved when he found out that it was his friend. It was very scary actually. It was his friend, and his friend, then he was scared. Okay, he told his friend the whole thing, what happened and all. And his friend told him that this is exactly what I was warning you about. There have been reports of a woman in white crying at night over there. But you didn't listen, you just went anyway. You know? So then they both like hugged it out, kissed, made out, I don't know, whatever, and then they went home. So this is one story. There are many other stories, but this is one that, where he had a whole conversation with the ghost, like it was another person. Okay, so now this is one story of someone else. Now I'm going to tell you, me and my friend, his name is Praveen, we went to Vasai Fort. Okay. Me and my friend, we went to Vasai Fort. Okay. And so first of all, we were supposed to make a vlog, but we weren't allowed to film there only, so we couldn't make a video. But we did go around asking people about their stories and if they have seen ghosts over there. And every single one of them said that every single one of them walking there. Like there was this guy who was selling, gola, like ice wala. And we went to him and asked him also. And he said even he had seen stuff over there. But you know what he said? When we asked him the description of the ghosts over there, he said they look like normal people, but their feet are turned backward. Imagine that their feet are turned backward, like this. We like got scared because he is the first person we interviewed, and that's what he told us, that their feet are turned backward. Like, oh my god. And there was this other guy, security guy. We went to the most haunted place in Vasai Fort. That was the graveyard, where the Portuguese soldiers, they like fought a war with the Marathas or something. They like took the fort, or the Marathas conquered the fort from them. Like they killed a lot of Portuguese soldiers. So the Portuguese soldiers were buried over there in the graveyard. So we went over there to see it. And the security guy, he was sitting there, okay? He told us that take photo and video from here only, don't go any further. And he wasn't telling us the reason. So eventually we like kept asking him, and then he told us that 2-3 days ago, a guy, he like did some unspeakable things to a girl and he like murdered her. So yeah. And we asked him, and the crazy part is he said it happened in broad daylight. Okay, so we asked him, like, how did no one hear anything? He said that guy was actually her boyfriend. So it was her boyfriend, and no one suspected a thing. No one will suspect a thing. Like it was her boyfriend, and they were just like roaming the fort, and he did all that stuff, And he also said that that guy was like from the village only, nearby the fort. So he bought her there, and he murdered her and all. So that happened just 2-3 days before we were supposed to go. And we were actually supposed to go there earlier, to Vasai Fort. Like 2-3 days earlier, but for some reason we got delayed, me and Praveen. Otherwise, we would have been there when that would have happened, probably. So, like, just because of that, most of the fort was like barricaded, Most of the fort was barricaded because of that incident. Like all tapes and all were put and like most of the places we weren't allowed to like visit. So we couldn't really do a proper like investigation over there. Yeah. Because they didn't allow us to do an investigation. That was like one of the scariest stuff I've heard, like from someone else. Imagine. you visit a place and then you find out that just 2-3 days ago there was a murder over there. No? Yeah, I guess. Okay, yeah, so that's it for the horror stories about Vasai Fort. I don't want to make this video too long, but see, I told you guys one horror story about Vasai Fort, and I told you guys my personal experience about Vasai Fort. And in the next video, we're going to be talking about the Tower of Silence.